Okay, welcome back to the remainder of Lesson 1-4. We talked about equations, solutions, inequalities. Now let's go ahead and apply some of those vocabulary words that we used, okay? Okay, this first problem here, we're going to check to see if 2 and 3 are solutions. Now remember, solutions make a true statement of the equation 4x plus 1 equals 9. Now here we have an equal sign in the middle, so they're saying that's equal to each other. So these are the steps you're going to use to check to see if these are solutions. Okay, first I'm going to write. We're going to do just like we learned before. Write, substitute, simplify. Okay, so I have 4x plus 1 equals 9. Now we have to substitute. Well, it gave us two different numbers. They said there's the 2 and there's the 3. Okay, well let's start with the 2. So I'm going to say 4. Now remember, since they're numbers next to numbers, we're going to parentheses that. 2 plus 1 equals 9. Now, we don't know yet if that equals 9 because we have to go through our order of operations and calculate it all out. So what I want you guys to do when you're checking these is put a little question mark there. Oops, because we don't know if that really equals 9 or not because we haven't done the math yet. And you certainly don't want to say that it's equal when it's not equal. Okay, so let's go through. First we do multiplication and division, right? Because parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division. So 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1. Oh, let's see. Does that equal 9? Certainly. 8 plus 1 and 9 equals 9. Since we have them balanced, they're the same on both sides, we don't have to write that question mark because 9 equals 9. And we were saying, is this a solution? Yes, 2 is a solution. 2 works. That's good. Now, let's try 3. 3 might work too. There could be more than one solution to an equation, okay? So, let's see. We have 4 and 3 plus 1 equals 9. Now, what did I miss? Let's write the question mark. That's important because that tells you, I don't know if this is right or not. I don't know. We're checking, okay? 4 times 3 is 12 plus 1. I don't know if that equals 9. 12 plus 1 is 13 equals 9. Does 13 equal 9? No way. So we're going to put the cross through it and we're going to say no. Now, I know this is simple and I know a lot of you are going 8 plus 1 is 9. We all know that. But these are habits I want you to develop now because remember we're building that algebra house. We want a strong foundation for our algebra education. So these are steps I want you to get in the habit of doing because there's going to come a point when you plug in something as a solution and you're not going to be able to just look at it and do the mental math. You're going to have to do some calculations and you don't know if it equals or not. So these are habits I want you to start developing. Okay? You should have started developing them in pre-algebra because I know we worked on that in pre-algebra. Okay, let's do a couple more examples. And this time, how about we use an inequality? Okay, so, there we go, my page wasn't flipping there. Okay, the first one's first. Check to see if n equals 2 is or is not a solution. And they gave us an inequality because what is this? This is the less than or equal to, so that means it can be 8 or anything smaller than 8. So first I'm going to write it. 3n minus 4 is less than or equal to 8. Now I'm going to substitute. They told me n equals 2. So 3, forget your parentheses, we don't want it to look like a 32, minus 4 is less than or equal to 8. Do we know this? No, we don't know this. So make sure you put a question mark up there. Okay? So 3 times 2 is 6. So 6 minus 4, don't know if that's less than or equal to 8. And even if you do know, I need you to put that question mark there. We're developing good habits here. Okay, 6 minus 4 is 2. 2 is less than or equal to 8. Well, is 2 smaller than 8? Yes, it is. So 2 is a solution. You need to make sure that when it asks a question, like this is saying check to see if it is or is not a solution, you need to answer it. Yes, it is a solution. You can't just leave it 2 is less than or equal to 8. You need to also say yes or no if it's a solution or not. Okay, now it says, oh, hey, what about n is equal to 5? Don't assume that it's not, because these can have more than one answer. They can have a range of answers. So we'll do the same steps again. 3n minus 4 is less than or equal to 8. We're writing. Now we're going to substitute. So 3, and let's see, the n substitutes becomes 5 minus 4 is less than or equal to 8. Do we know that? No, so don't forget your question mark. 3 times 5 is 15. 15 minus 4, we don't know if that's less than or equal to 8. And let's continue simplifying. 15 minus 4 is 11. 11 is less than or equal to 8. Is 11 less than 8? No. So we're going to cross through that, and we're going to say no. Or you could say not a solution. Okay, either one is fine. Okay, and inequalities or equations, they both can have ranges of answers, okay? So don't get stuck thinking that only one answer works. Okay, well, I would like to buy this guitar. Isn't that a cool guitar? It's made out of Legos, and it really works, too. I bet they have it on eBay. Alright, well, I want to buy this guitar. My daughter would love it. Maybe I could take some Legos and put the Beatles on there or something like that. She'd really like that. Alright, well, I want to buy this thing. It costs $150 plus tax. If I save $20 per month, will I have enough money in 6 months? Well, this is a simple word problem, and I know that you guys can look at this and solve it, but I want you to write out the formula because I want you to work on reading a word problem and knowing what formula comes out. Well, on one side, I know it has to be $150, and this is just going to be an estimation. We're not going to add the taxes because it depends what state you're in, what city. We're going to say $150, and we know we're going to need more than that, okay? So, since we know we need more than $150, I'm going to say that whatever I save has to be greater than $150 because it needs to be $150 plus tax, okay? If I go into the store with $150, they're going to tell me, no, come back when you have more money. Okay, I'm saving $20 per month, and I need to know if I have enough money in 6 months. So if you take 20 times 6, how much money times how many months, that'll tell you how much money you save. So you could put in an M for months and solve it, or you could put in, you know, an X for 20 and figure out how much money you have to save for 6 months. But today we're just going to see whether this is enough or not. Okay, so 20 times 6 is $120. $120 is greater than $150. Is that a true statement? No. So, no, you will not have enough money. You need to keep saving. Alright, let's go through a couple more examples. I have one more equation and one more inequality to go over. Okay, I want to know, is x equals 7? And once again, if you want to write these down, pause it, and then come back and check it, go right ahead. Okay, is x equals 7 a solution to 3x minus 4 equals 16? Well, first let's write it. So let's write 3x minus 4 equals 16. Right? Substitute, simplify. So, substitute 3. I have x equals 7. So 7, don't forget parentheses. Minus 4 equals 16. Do I know that that equals 16? Nope. So you're going to put your question mark. 3 times 7 is 21, because we're following the order of operations. And I do not know if 21 minus 4 is 16. 21 minus 4. I think that's 17, isn't it? 17 equals 16? No, that does not equal. So we are going to say no, that is not a solution. And make sure you always restate yes or no if it's a solution and you have the correct symbol in the middle. Okay, this does not equal. Alright, in our last example, we have is y equals 4 a solution to y plus 6 is less than 11. So let's rewrite this. We have y plus 6 is less than 11. Okay, right? Substitute. We have 4 plus 6 is less than 11. Simplify. 4 plus 6 is, oh, you know what, I forgot my question mark. 4 plus 6 is 10. It's less than 11. Is 10 less than 11? It is every time I've checked. So yes, that is a solution. Okay, all we're doing here is we're not trying to find, they're not asking you what's the right solution. They're asking you, hey, is this the right answer? Is this the right answer? Later on, we will get into, you have to figure out what the answer is. But right now, we're just saying we're taking an answer and we're checking to see if it's right or not, okay? So don't get nervous or don't get any anxiety about, well, how do I figure out what the right answer is? We'll work on that later, okay? That's not something you need to be concerned about today. But if you need extra practice, page 783 in the back of your book has extra practice for lesson 1-4. And of course, I'm always available. So thanks for learning about inequalities and equations, and we'll see you later.